What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with an all new episode of Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, Season 18. So, it's the next day. We see Treasure and Molly in bed together, and she just don't want to be around this man. He's all trying, like, when you wake up, you still move. And as he's moving closer, she's getting irritated, like, I do not want you touching me, touching me. So, she's basically saying, the more and more I think about I'm here, it's like, why am I here? I'm not comfortable. I don't like being with him. And I tried to make it work. I tried to make it make sense, and it's not going to happen. So Money and Tough are in their room, and they're talking about the fight. Of pretty much since they've been in this house, Molly and Treasure have been fighting every single day. And Tough said the mic caught it, but we couldn't hear him saying in the scene. But he said he's an antagonist, which means Molly, majority of the time, starts the fights with Treasure and then make it seem as if he's the victim, he's the innocent one, which that's not the case. And we don't know what to expect with this couple. So Miles is in the room with Amber. He's feeling horny. He wants some. He's all gyrating, humping behind Amber. She's not in the mood. She's not feeling it. And he's been feeling like this since they got in the house. Like he thought that they at some point they would pretty much be intimate, because why would you not be intimate with someone who you want to spend your life with? You guys are in a relationship, right? Why wouldn't you be intimate? So he's feeling like, I don't understand why she's turning me off. And apparently it's been like this for a minute now. She's been holding me off pretty much ever since I came out. And I never know exactly how she's feeling. And of course, the judge and the doctor are really, they're always in the background and watching from, their room, seeing the scenes play out. And they said it's really interesting how Miles is initiating to have some sexual time with Amber, and she's not reciprocating. It's so funny how when they first got into the house, they were hyper, they were sexual, they was touching each other, but yet this is the time where we can actually see them interacting in a loving manner. And Amber's not reciprocating, which is really interesting. I wonder how they're going to react to find out today is sex day, because this brings out a lot in couples. So everybody's in the kitchen, and I think Miles was talking to Money about how she feels about her and Tough situation. And she said, please ask specific questions. What do you mean? Ask specific. Well, how do you feel about what's been transpired since the day one till now? She don't know. She don't know how she feels. And at the end of the day, she's kind of like, what do I have to live for, or what am I searching for? Because I feel like I am spinning around answering my own question, and I'm not getting it met. Like, she was just completely not here. Money was not here for some reason. And so it was pretty much, going back to Tough. Why did he cheat? And how dare you cheat? And it was asked by Nori. So basically, you're pretty much trying to see if you can accept him from where he's at right now versus then who he was before when he was 25 and he made those mistakes. So Nori and Neri feels like that because he was so young that he should get a pass for his mistakes. Like, he was 25, he was young, he makes mistakes. You don't just judge him for it. You don't just, treat them like that all the time. They let it go. They have mistakes. They move on. It's fine. Don't pretty much put them in the punishment seat every time. And Money looked at Norris. She said, "How is that? Explain how I'm supposed to give him a pass because he was young and dumb and made a stupid mistake." Okay, and I want to know that part. I really want to do. So yeah. So we can't paint him out to be the same person he was 15 years ago. That's not cool. At the same time, I'm 28 years old. So the mistakes that I've made, and the mistakes that I will continue to make because I'm a human being, I will always look back to see if I can make it. If I would have made it differently, if I would have did it differently, it wouldn't have shaped me to the woman that I am today and woman that I am still learning about herself. But for me, it sounds like you guys are giving Tough a pass because he was so young. He did not know how to be in a relationship and how he did not know cheating would be detrimental. That's what it sounds like to me. Like I said, I'm 28 and I don't have that many relationships where I did not know how to be treated or how not to be treated. Thank God I never had to go through that. And it only took me one time. Well, not one time. It took me a second time around to find my love and found that I can't be treated right the first time. You know what I'm saying? I got married when I was 22. So I don't feel like I missed out on making a mistake to get it right. I don't feel like I missed out on that. And I knew firsthand on what common sense would be if I was to do this. This could affect that person. How was it that we're getting past the tough? How he did not have common sense at the age of 25, and he did not know how the repercussions of what he did would come back to haunt him. I just want to know. And it's not just being 25 that you can make a mistake and move on from it and learn. It's also 35, 45, 55. There is no age where you are not still what's the word I'm trying to find? Where you're not still in a position to still learn something. There's no age to learning. There's no age to still gain knowledge about yourself, to be a better person. So basically, what she say? She said, Money said, I've made a whole lot of mistakes, but I've never fucked someone over intentionally. And he jumps in and says, so you basically telling me you want me to take accountability, and also me saying that my cheating was not your fault. You goddamn right, because you're already placing blame on her, how your career is not where it's at. So I honestly feel like, if you want to put blame on her for that, you definitely might have, said it, made some, arrangements, made her feel isolated, made her feel like everything she does is her fault. Like it was her fault that she was pregnant and she could not be there for you sexually. You made it seem like it was her fault that she wasn't available for you 24 hours a day while taking care of a child that you both wanted. Like, I don't understand what Tuff's mindset is. Where I don't understand at all. It's making me irritated. So then, of course, he said, listen, when I cheated, it was me doing me. It had nothing to do with you, which I find bullshit. What is you doing you mean? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? You doing you. That definitely says that you was not in a relationship mindset when you got with Money. Even though Money said in the beginning, this was supposed to be a fling, a summer thing. And you looked at her as a come up. So since she fell in love with you, did you feel obligated? Did she feel like trapped or something that you had to create a relationship with her for the time being until she had your child that you wanted? Help me understand something. So then, of course, take a full accountability. He talks about his childhood, how he was pretty much raised where the man can have multiple families, but as long as the home is being taken care of, there's no need for nobody to question it. There's no need to tell me that I'm doing wrong, which I'm doing right because I'm taking care of the household. So what you complaining about? Which is stupid. I hate that excuse. I hate, it's not even an excuse. I hate that type of mindset or that type of generational curse that you feel like you can't break. His grandfather did it. His mom pretty much allowed it because his father had a second family and they never went without. They always had food, always had clothes, but yet he created another family, and which led the mother never feeling like she can leave or never feeling like she can do better because things were getting paid in the house. So in Tuff's mindset, as long as the man were taking care of home, there was no need for you to question me about anything that I'm doing. But I feel like, how you taking care of home if Money is the legend? What are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? How are you saying taking care of home is your main priority and you did what you did, but you not, what bills you paying, Tuff? What bills you paying? Because what I'm hearing is you're blaming Money for how your career is not where it's at. We do not know who you are besides Money's husband. Money is still a legend and is still being respected in here. So I feel like you don't really count as being a provider as what you say you are. I honestly feel like you were definitely intimidated and emasculated, that you had to pretty much claw into a woman to carry your career. You couldn't do it on your own. And when she did not do it, you became a little boy and pretty much found another woman who felt like was beneath you and you could do whatever you want with her. And even though Money wasn't about that, because she asked, did you honestly think that I would be okay with that when we got together? And if you knew that I wasn't with it and you still couldn't control it, you still couldn't control it. The fact that I was not with you being a cheater, but yet you still made it seem as if you had no control. You can still do what you want to do because that's what you were raised by. You were raised by men not taking accountability, men not taking responsibility, that just because you pay the bills does not mean that you are king. Does not mean you can't fuck up. Does not mean you cannot be sorry, be responsible how you made someone else feel. You made Money feel like she cannot do anything right. You definitely emotionally abused her and mentally. You definitely did. And it's just like, the manipulative ways that you did not give me a choice for me to feel like this is not what I wanted because of how you were raised. And Money said, I've never heard this much about your family history, and it makes sense. Your family was raised to not look at cheating as a deal breaker. My family was, okay? And yeah, I hate that. Oh my God, I just hate that mindset. It's reminding me about Marceau that he could pretty much do whatever he want to do, right? Because he's the one paying the bills. Even though Tisha is a damn near qualified helpmate that can help him with that, but he doesn't want to because he probably sees Tisha be more of a success than he is. With Tough, Money is already a success. So since he's trying to separate his success from hers, it's still not working. Then they had the secret confessional where they do little tidbits of their confessional by themselves. Money feels like with or without what happened in the past, she would still be within the tribe. Tough said that he lives in Philadelphia. They're living separately. He's in Philadelphia. She's in Georgia. And he does not want to live with her. He does not want to be in one roof with her. He likes being by himself. He likes living alone. But they have a 13-year-old child and they want to be in the same parent household and raise together. But I also see, how is it that, then what the hell are y'all doing here? It's tough. You are not going to bite the bullet, take responsibility that you are a fucked up individual. You are a serial cheater. You don't have nothing to offer. Why is Money holding on to something that she doesn't need to hold on to? And then come to find out, this was the accountability she's been asking for years. So since she was pregnant 13 years ago, she never got the full understanding as to why you made it seem it was my fault that you cheated, or why you never told me why you cheated. So she was holding all of this in for 10 years. 10 years. But something is telling me in the midst of holding that for 10 years, something had to have come about with them reconciling, trying to make it better, trying to fix it. Something else happened that made her go back to that 10-year grudge. I feel like we're still at square one. So he said, you did not have a choice for you to not feel like, you could be with me or without me. And I'm sorry for that. I'm very sorry. And Money pretty much shouts. She goes upstairs. She is happy. She is stomping. She's pretty much says, Judge Lynn and Dr. Ish, y'all fired. I got the clarity. I got the accountability I've been wanting and asking for years. And now she said, okay, we can go home. Yeah, boot camp's over. I'm done. I feel like all you got was him finally telling you that he was not cheating on you because it was about you, was about him. Okay. Fine. So after that, everybody's still at the table talking. Miles looks at Treasure and says, are you okay? What's up? You hungry? You okay? She said, no, I'm just uncomfortable. She said, why are you uncomfortable? Because I'm trying to understand the mindset of where my partner is for us to be in a situation. So Molly looking dumbfounded. I don't know what that means. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, since you feel like it doesn't make sense, let's get the truth out because I'm tired of this shit. Okay, so what's going on? The reason why we both came here was to boost our careers. We create a fake story, create a relationship for us to be on TV and get publicity. That's why we came here. We never spent the night together until quarantine. And I wanted more publicity, and you wanted more publicity, so you wouldn't have to go to jail. I said that in my last video. I felt like Molly is definitely trying to paint a picture of him being this martyr, this saint, that he is not an alleged human trafficker. He did not have a prostitution ring. He does not do those things. No. But then the way he did it still don't make it believable that he's this good guy. Not to me. Because he's constantly trying to blame Treasure as this is where they're at. Her drinking. I feel like Treasure probably had an issue with drinking before her coming on the show. It's just been what he had to figure out what to come up with to be on the show. Because you got to have issues to come on. And you have to be a couple to come on the show. So we got to find something to talk about. But all within the first 5 days, it's been about Treasure. Nothing about you. What are your issues? What do you need to work on? I haven't heard nothing. So the fact that you just came on here to showcase you in a better light and her in a bad light was to boost you and not her. So you didn't came up here to boost your career. I mean, you didn't came up here with both of the intentions of both of y'all coming out looking good in this. It was just to make her look bad and you looking good. You looking like the saint. You looking like the voice of reason. Bullshit. So everybody's looking like, oh my God. So y'all lying? Y'all been lying? Yes. Yes, we have been. And now here go Molly. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Nigga, you ain't got no fucking choice. It's on fucking camera. You cannot talk your way out of not explaining or not talking about what you've already came on the show with this bullshit. You can't do that. So, what was it saying? Yeah, she was talking about, listen, you pay for people to lie for you. You pay for people to do these, to speak for you. I'm not going to speak for you no more. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And now we got a real judge here. She's not going to speak for you. And she's not going to cape for you. She's going to tell you the real deal. And you can't pay her off either. So, so then, you know, everybody is pretty much shocked by this information. But Nori said, okay, so question. If you guys are not in a relationship, how is it that, and you don't know him like that, how is it that he still makes you uncomfortable? Why does he make you uncomfortable? Because he tapped into my insecurities. How did I tap into your insecurities? Hey, don't play, don't play. You tapped into my insecurities because you forced me to take a Molly so I could have sex with you. They're like, what? Yes. Like, he practically told me in order for me to have sex with him, I had to take a Molly. I don't know about epoxy or ecstasy and shit like that. I don't even know where you can find drugs in LA from. I don't know where you can get them from. But he had them on his deck, all types of drugs and shit. So in order for us to do this, we had to do drugs in order for us to do the deed. But I felt like I was forced to take a drug to fuck him. So it's definitely a very sad situation, a disturbing situation. Even though I felt like, you know, this relationship wasn't real. And how, you know, she is angry. I think she's angry of the bullshit. I'm angry of me being the main one that needs psychological help, even though she do needs therapy. But other than that, how come you're never read? How come you're never the one that's being told you need to do better? Even though we have tons of footage of you doing bullshit. Tons of footage. So, as far as him tapping into insecurities, because Trisha is a video vixen. She's a stripper. So of course she definitely had to numb herself more than once to be considered liked, accepted, or included in the lifestyle around these men. And if you are not the woman they're looking for, they will pass over another girl. And of course, maybe her feeling like she's not pretty enough, and maybe she's not, you know, she don't have the right physique. She definitely feel like she had to numb herself with alcohol, possibly, you know, time or two, and so be pretty much, you know, accepted, to be, you know, considered, you know, wanted. It's really sad though when it comes to the industry of sex and strippers and video vixens. It's a lot that a lot of women has to say yes and no to in order for her to still have a job the next day. So in order for her to still make her connections with Molly, she had to do something she didn't want to do. And for her to come on this show to boost her career, she had to do something she did not want to do, which is sad. She could not just be her regular self. Regular self was Treasure, showing out throughout this process. So the doctor and the doctor and the judge are like, that's a very serious accusation. So we got two problems. They're not a real couple. And Treasure just accused him of forcefully giving her a drug to have sex with him. That's a very hard accusation to say to somebody. And we're not just going to take one side of this. We need to take another side. So let's go ahead and separate these two. So, yeah, like I said, she met him in LA. You know, figure, let's go ahead and make this money. Let's be on this show. And other than that, we ain't got to talk to each other ever again. But when she talked to Dr. Ish, she pretty much explained it. I met him in LA that one time, and we had sex in quarantine. And when I said, yeah, let's take a Molly, and he practically forced me, my own partner forced me into taking drugs for us to have sex. Like, I don't know if it was kind of like, you know, well, I can't even defend Molly on this aspect, because Molly has a type of gift of gab where he can make you seem as if you're saying no, but you're going to turn around and say yes. You know, he'll say things. And then considering the fact that Treasure probably feels, what's the word? It's not empowered. She feels small. from the position she's in. She's just a dancer. She's just a stripper. She has no, no power to no leg to stand on to say this is what happened to me. When you got Molly, who's a very powerful, very well-known producer, he could switch it up, make it seem as if it was her who did, not him. He's a victim. So the doctor said, they're telling the truth to what's going on. And yeah, she said, yeah, I came on this show. I came on this show for a check because it's COVID. I got bills to pay. So yeah, I did what I did. And I'm not mad that Treasure, admitted what happened. It just sucks though with the way that the whole idea of Marriage Boot Camp was supposed to be. It came to this entire reality TV show, people to come on and get a check, and that's it. It did not solve what it used to do when it was first introduced to WeTV. After WeTV's first couples therapy, then they did the Bridezillas edition. Then they did Reality Stars edition. Then they did Hip Hop edition. Family edition. It just kept going on and on and on to venture different franchises and different shows, people to come on the show and get help, but also get exposure for their careers. So, everybody's pretty much still in shock. Miles has said, listen, I know we all don't see it for Molly, but I feel like Treasure's not lying. And, he has constantly, since he's been here, he has never brought up his issues. It's always been him deflecting on her. It's all her, and he is the victim, and that's not accurate. That's not true. So, what did my notes say? Oh, yeah. So while they're trying to separate them all and trying to understand where it's coming from, the judge goes to Treasure to see if she wants to go anything in the legalities. Call a police report, call the authorities. What do you want? Because you said he forcefully told you to take a drug to have sex with him. Do you want to put that on a statement? She said, I just want to go home to Houston with my mama and my daddy. I need to go home to see them, and then I'll figure out my next step is. Treasure is pretty much done with this because she said her spirit is tainted. It's broken. And excuse me, I don't think this was a very good environment for her to be in. So doctor goes to Molly to hear his side of the story, and what did I say? Yeah, he goes to see his side of the story because he wants to be sure things are adding up and not adding up the way that how things are going. So they completely create a way for Treasure to go to the back stairs, get her clothes, pack, and then leave without having to have any type of interaction with Molly. So then, she comes back downstairs. She says goodbye to everybody. Don't feel sorry for me. I do appreciate y'all supporting me, even when I know I was in the wrong sometimes. But this is not good. This is not good for me. I need to leave. I need to go home. So she leaves. The doctor talks to Molly. Molly is instantly pleading his case by saying, "Listen, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know why she's saying that. I don't know why she's doing that. I mean, we told each other we love each other. So I don't know why we're doing this." Well, in your pre-interview, you said you guys were together for the past year. But in Treasure's interview, she said you guys have been on and off since 2017. So y'all both was lying about the status of your relationship. No, we were talking. We were talking everything. She was sending me new videos and stuff like that. We would write each other shit like that. She wanted to be in music. I was her manager, producer. The doctor's looking like, are we in high school? You are 43 years old. What are you doing? What are you doing? You've been lying this the whole time. What are you doing? This is not high school. And then in this case, did you, she said she pretty much, declared a very nasty allegation against you. Did you drug her? Oh, did she say I drugged her? Did you? Well, I'm just saying, do you believe what she says? I mean, you haven't even taken my side. Why would you believe what I said? Listen, I got friends here. Why ain't nobody taking my side? He even said that downstairs when it came down to Treasure spilling the beans, and he's like, y'all supposed to be my friends. Stand up for me. Y'all gonna stand up for this shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all not my real friends. No, Molly, they're not your real friends. Y'all not gonna see each other after this. No. And nobody's gonna stand up. See, this is what he's always trying to do. Bring other people to have positive comments about him, to make sure he's coming as the goody. He's coming at the saint, the holy. No, you need to take accountability for what you have done in this relationship, not in relationship, in this storyline, in this fake attempt or this fake getting into the club with this lie, so that way you can come off as a good guy, so it affects your case against these allegations you being a human sex trafficker. Get out of my face. So the fact that he's looking at, the judge and saying, do you believe me? Do you believe me? I don't know why you're looking at her side. Do you believe my side? Hey, y'all both lie. I know, but do you believe my side? Because you're not looking at me like that. You're looking like I'm guilty. You're looking at me like I'm guilty and I didn't do this and do that. Like, okay, she said I drugged her. Okay, so what if I did say, let's take Molly? What if I did say that? That does not help you. When she accused you of forcing her to take a drug to have sex with you, you want to then use this as a rhetorical question? That's basically saying you did do it and you're still not trying to take accountability. He is deflecting at all levels of not taking accountability of what he did. Because he is concerned about what other people think. That's what Money said. He is super concerned. So the fact that he's looking at his friends to back him up on his behavior in this, and now he's looking at the judge to defend him on his whole thing. I want to learn. I want to get better. I want to do right. I want to have my issue. Like, if you tell her to leave and I'll stay, I'll get better. Because I feel like I've helped everybody. I feel like I've been a helpful ear. I've helped people. I've run into their issues. You have not helped nobody, Uncle Fatso. Nobody. You haven't given no advice to nobody. You've been hopping onto everybody else's situation to skate away from yours. And when we're talking about you, you bring someone else in to deflect you from. No. So since everything happened in that day, they had to push back the actual challenge of the actual drill of the day. So that way they can really, dig deep into this situation. Treasure leaves. The doctor wants to wait till the next day to give his decision on whether or not Molly is going to stay. Newsflash, he doesn't stay because you got to be a couple to stay here. So Molly leaves. And they also wanted to be very careful with the interactions of Treasure and Molly. They don't want them to be in no near sight of each other. So they probably had Treasure leave first and make sure she was safe and sound. Get to the airport, get on the plane. Then they let Molly out the room and he leaves. So the next day, obviously it's still, not saddened, but it's still a shock that people are, camping. I can't believe people came in for a check, but I feel like almost everybody that does come on a reality TV are for a check, especially one such as a short-lived season, not short-lived, but a very short season like Marriage Boot Camp. This is a check. This is exposure, okay? And so today is sex day. We go through all of the couples. Molly. They got these puppets that are supposed to act out their sex scenes and their sex, their sex life and everything. Miles and Amber go first. He initiates it. She don't take it. And it's been like that for a minute ever since he came out. I've already said that. And so it's kind of like, what's going on? So she's pretty much been turned off by him sexually since he came out. And I guess she's still feeling like it's a block with you feeling sexually attracted to me. But how I know that once you have sex with me, or when you are thinking about having sex with me, you are thinking about another guy or another person. And she pretty much, I think she blames herself as probably feeling like, I thought I could satisfy him for the rest of my life, but something else gets his attention, and I'm still not comfortable with accepting that. I'm still not comfortable with feeling like you've had a relationship with men. Obviously they have something that I can't give you, and I don't even know if I should even learn how to give it to you, because what if I'm giving it to you and it's still not enough? It's not the same thing. Maybe. And then the doctor felt like, okay, so what if you didn't have all these people in your ear telling you that you shouldn't get back with him because he's bisexual, he's been with men? She said, I feel like they're right, that I'm dumb to come back to him. And even though what happened, how I feel, how he made me feel, and what I participated in, I don't want to be dumb. And Miles believes that if her family or any other people from social media wasn't in their ear, they would have gotten married, they would have had children. She said, no, we wouldn't. I don't know if I believe Amber is still looking at with other people, but I believe Amber lives in this world where she can still act certain way with Miles, but not make it seem as if it's actually a relationship. Looking at their photos together, you could feel like there's something there. They're best friends for sure, but you can feel something else. Another form of energy is coming when they are in that. Maybe the music Maybe the music is what ties them together as far as their love, their chemistry. But as far as music, best friends, what's in the middle of them having that chemistry where they can still be like that with one another without being then a mode of being a best friend or being in music together? What's something else in that brings their energies together and make it this type of soul tie, this energy of love and happiness and serenity? What happens? So he was definitely taken aback that she did not feel like they would be married if she did not have people in her ear. But I don't know how long Amber is going to feel uncomfortable with the fact that Miles has been with men. But if he's on this show right now saying that he wants to be with you and he wanted some from you earlier, why are you still punishing him for him being who he is, a bisexual man? But he is now choosing. Can I say choosing? But he is now choosing to be with you. Because he's always wanted to be with you, knowing that he has had relationship with other men, but that's not who he is. He still loves you. So, Money and Tough. Money, he feels like, he has to swing his peen in front of Money to get a excitement out of her. She was laughing. Money was excited, laughing, giggling, and everything. And it's kind of like, wow, she really lit up in this challenge. And she said, what? How do I look like? What do I look like? Why are y'all laughing? Y'all laughing at me? And it was like, girl, you lit up like a Christmas tree. You looked so happy. Oh, so what's going on? Because apparently they just go right to the sex. So there's no foreplay. Like he said, I have to wang my peen in front of her for her to initiate or for her to get there with me. But she doesn't slob on it. And the doctor, so what more do you want before you get to that moment? I would like some oral sex. So you like some head? Yes. And she said, because I feel like my mouth has not been compared to what all the other mouths have been there. So is she telling me she's been completely not cutting off? Has she? I don't know why, because my took came in my brain. You mean to tell me she was not slobbing on the knob, like corn on the cob, that he felt like he had to get it elsewhere? Because she felt like, I thought this was supposed to be mine for me to put on. But apparently he had other females putting it in your mouth, so putting it in their mouth. So apparently what we have is not as special. But how long have you not been, giving him head? How long? Shoot. And considering the fact that she did not feel like they can move on from that, Tough was like, I thought we had a breakthrough. So why is she still being blocked about satisfying me in this way? I don't know. I think Money is definitely broken and torn by this. I don't know. She seems so broken with everything, broken and torn with still wanting to be with him, not sure she should be with him, realizing that he definitely took accountability, but yet feels like, I feel like a stupid bitch if I was to still go all the way in with him. I don't know. She's just definitely in a world of emotions in her brain right now. But I feel like, what is the point? So, yeah, she's still holding on to it. And if he gets over, why can't you? Okay, I'm moving on. Nori goes next. Neri pretty much initiates everything. She hops on it. She does everything. I feel like Nori just stays there and let her satisfy. He likes her being satisfied, but yet she wants him to be more freaky. Entice me a little bit, but also help, because like she said, she'll find it sexy if he was to do the things I want around the house. Help around the house. Help with the kids. Love me. Show me that I'm sexy. Show me that I'm beautiful. And the doctor said, in order for you to want your partner to be satisfied, which is cool, but yet she's like the main one doing all of the work. She's a lion. And, you have to, meet her halfway so that it won't feel like she's just doing this, she's doing it. She wants to feel wanted, wants to feel like you want me. And, was that all of them? Yeah. Get freaky, but it's not in the bedroom. That's why the whole thing was drawn onto intimacy. Because intimacy is a very important thing. Like, if you could like entice me with just a touch, I'm done. I'm sold. And it's the little things that would make me excited, especially with my husband. When I'm in the kitchen cooking, he comes up behind me and kisses me, I melt. And when he is hanging out with the kids, when him and I are having real conversations, intimacy, just being in each other's arms and just being in each other's, like, area, and just being with each other. We ain't gotta kiss, we ain't gotta do all that. It's just being with him and being in that area. Like, I feel like, I tell him I can't get my day started until you give me a kiss. Because if you give me a kiss, that means I am happy all day. I can't start my day without giving you a kiss. And he tells me the same thing, like how he can't, start his day without giving me a call, without talking to me, because he likes hearing me. He likes hearing my voice. He likes talking to me. So it's those. So you want to learn more about yourself. You want to learn how you can understand it, because intimacy is not just going to help you fix a problem. It's going to go where you can start with, vulnerable. No, wait, am I going too fast? Sorry, this is for Molly. My bad. But let me go to the evaluation. So breakthrough with Monty itself, but where you guys are at. You guys are staying or going. Figure that out. Amber and Molly. No, Amber and Miles. Y'all need to come up with a way for you guys to be in a space where you're not letting outside areas affect you. And don't share everything on social media. For Nori and Neri, you guys have been together for 10 years. And sometimes you can take that for granted. You don't want that because you feel like you know your partner as much as you think you do, but yet there is something else and maybe they're not ready to tell you. So you need to learn how to listen and understand them. So that way, you can still, make it to the next 10. Make it to the next 10. So then, of course, we ended with Molly and Dr. Ish about, at the end of the day, you're supposed to be in a relationship when you got here. And if you did wanted to learn about yourself, you did wanted to be in a therapy, we're going to start with vulnerability. And I was, helping you privately. We would start with vulnerability. But at the same time, it's like, he's a lost cause. Ain't no need to talk to him about nothing. But that's it, you guys. That's all I have. As you guys can see, I'm squinting my eyes because I'm sleepy. I'm tired. Either way, that's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.